Well, my friends, if you can believe it, it has only been 24 hours, and the tea today is actually even hotter than it was yesterday. So, as I'm sure many of you are already aware, as you've been spamming me in my DMs, yes, it is true. Justin Baldoni's lawyer has released the full footage of the alleged incident where Justin Baldoni supposedly sexually harassed Blake Lively. Now, I don't feel the need to tell you guys what to think because you're the jury. This is a courtroom. Let's just go through the evidence together, and you're all welcome to come to your own conclusions because the facts don't lie. So in Blake Lively's lawsuit, this is how she described the situation. And then I'm going to show you the footage of what actually happened and allow you guys to discern whether or not her portrayal of that was accurate or not. On another occasion, Mr. Baldoni and Miss Lively were filming a slow dance scene for a montage in which no sound was recorded. Narrator chimes in, sound was recorded. Mr. Baldoni chose to let the camera roll and have them perform the scene, but did not act in character as Ryle. Instead, he spoke to Miss Lively out of character as himself. At one point, he leaned forward and slowly dragged his lips from her ear down her neck as he said, "It smells so good." None of this was remotely in character or based on any dialogue in the script, and nothing needed to be said because, again, there was no sound. Mr. Baldoni was caressing Miss Lively with his mouth in a way that had nothing to do with their roles, and when Miss Lively later objected to this behavior, Miss Baldoni's response was, "I'm not even attracted to you." Wait a second. Blake Lively made a mistake in her lawsuit. It says Miss Baldoni's response. So unless she's referring to Justin Baldoni's wife, I think they meant to write Mr. Baldoni. Are you guys not even gonna spell check your lawsuit? Wow, that's really embarrassing. Wow, that's actually crazy that I just noticed that. So anyway, let's watch what really happened. I'm old-fashioned, I don't do editing, so here's my laptop.
Let's score another.
I'm probably getting way faster. Well, it's not bad. It's the body makeup.
That's it. So I think that we can all agree that Blake Lively's characterization of this interaction was not accurate, and I'm still not over the fact that her team made a typo in such an important and consequential lawsuit. Seriously, what little respect I had for you guys is completely gone. However, since I'm me and I'm an asshole and I have no loyalty to these people whatsoever, my only loyalty is to the truth, I would also like to point out there is something that is not fully accurate in Justin's recount of this interaction as well. In Justin's lawsuit, and this is minor, but I noticed it because nothing gets past me, they say, Lively apologized for the smell of her spray tan and body makeup. Baldoni responded, "It smells good." Blake Lively never apologized for the smell of her spray tan. She just said,
It's not.
"I'm getting my spray tan on you." She didn't say anything about the smell. So regardless, this interaction is uncomfortable and awkward to watch because acting is a very uncomfortable job to have. But I definitely don't think any of this constitutes harassment. Now, Blake Lively's legal team has actually already responded to the public disclosure of this footage being released. And they stated, Justin Baldoni and his lawyer may hope that this latest stunt will get ahead of the very damning evidence against him. But the video itself is damning. Every frame of the released footage corroborates to the letter what Miss Lively described in her complaint. Every moment of this was improvised by Mr. Baldoni with no discussion or consent. They then go on to say that while they are focused on misleading media narratives, we are focused on the legal process. We are continuing our efforts to require Mr. Baldoni and his associates to answer in court under oath rather than through manufactured media stunts. Blake, if by some miracle you're watching this, just understand, the lawyers don't care about you. Lawyers don't care. They just want to get paid. They're getting paid a shit ton of money whether or not you win or you lose. You need to talk to somebody that actually cares about you. And if someone in your life actually cared about you, they probably would have told you to just drop this because your attempt to rehabilitate your reputation is massively backfiring. People had already moved on, honestly. No one was talking about you anymore. And this is just not looking good. If this does go to court and it becomes another Amber Heard situation, another Gwyneth Paltrow situation, okay, the Gwyneth Paltrow one was funny, But I just don't think it's going to go your way. And the reason that I think this is Justin Baldoni's lawyer has actually just responded to that response already. This is all in the same day. And Justin Baldoni's lawyer has stated that he is putting together a website as we speak where they're planning to upload every single text message that they have between these two, every single piece of evidence, and every single piece of video footage from that set. So if the facts are not 100% on your side, Blake, which they seem to not be, the last thing you want is to go through an entire discovery process and have every single email, every single text, every single piece of video footage microanalyzed by TikTokers. Don't do it. Run. Settle, drop it, and move on with your family and your life. Hello? Control room? Got it. So we are just getting word that Colleen Hoover has officially jumped ship. If you guys remember, Colleen Hoover, the original author of this book, actually came to Blake Lively's defense publicly, and after the backlash, she has completely deleted her Instagram account. So I would not count on Colleen Hoover supporting you anymore. And as public perception steadily shifts against Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, I am starting to expect all the people who were defending them publicly to start dropping like flies. So again, I just don't think it's in Blake Lively's best interest to go to court and have this entire thing be televised. But if my understanding of human psychology is correct, I think that they've dug themselves too deep, that I don't see them settling. I think that they'll probably end up going to court and just ruining what little goodwill they have left. There's also a section of the video where Blake Lively tells Justin Baldoni that he should get a rhinoplasty and then says, just kidding.
So nosy.
And,
Noses.
and my nose is so big.
Yes. I was hoping that we could address this. It's not too late. Just gotta shut down. We gotta call an insurance month and just deal with that.
Yeah.
And then,
God.
just kidding.
No, it's true. That's why we hired Jenny Slate too. Our noses match.
He says that's why we hired Jenny Slate too. Our noses match is what he says. I don't think that he was being insulting, to be honest, when he said our noses match. That's just a fact. It is a fact. He has a larger nose, and Jenny Slate has that more pointy, a little bit of a larger nose. I don't think that's bad. I don't think having a large nose is a bad or a good thing. It's just an observation. And I actually think it's fair. It does kind of make them look more like siblings because it's a pretty physically defining characteristic. So here's what I think is happening. I think that Justin Baldoni's lawyer is being so brazen because he has seen the evidence and he understands that there is a mountain of it that substantiates Justin Baldoni's side much more significantly than it does Blake Lively's. I think that he wants it to go to court, and I think that he's sort of calling their bluff, saying, go ahead and do it because it's not going to work out for you. So this is actually sort of substantiating my predominant theory, which is the real person behind this is actually Ryan Reynolds. I think he's the one that's pushing this because he's defending his wife, defending his honor, trying to get back at someone who he's probably a little bit jealous of. I think that they thought this guy's a nobody and we push around everybody we interact with and we're going to do the same. And they were taken aback when he didn't just completely roll over, although in some ways he sort of did. Honestly, they got everything that they wanted, but it backfired. And the truth is, the main reason it backfired was because of the very poor decision making that went into using a film about intimate partner violence to advertise an alcohol company and a very poorly thought out cash grab that was her hair care company that has now gone bankrupt. And I honestly think in the process of Ryan Reynolds trying to destroy Justin Baldoni, he's actually going to end up destroying his own wife and the mother of his children. And I think it's honestly a really good lesson of what ego does to people. And when you rise to this level and you're not just an actor anymore, you're approaching billionaire status and you are friends with some of the most powerful people in the world, it gets to your head. And if there's one thing that's true, it's that God will humble anybody. No matter who you are in life, if your head gets too big, God will humble you. And that's what seems to be happening. And honestly, they deserve it.